spending measure expires on March the 27th. Now, with reaction to the sequester now, and as Alabama Republican Senator Richard Shelby joining us thanks to the Senate recording studio in D.C. Senator Shelby, good morning.
Good morning, Janice.
It's good to see you this morning. Let's go back a little bit and talk about kind of how we got to where you are in dealing with this, because you actually voted against the 2011 debt ceiling agreement that put this sequester in motion in the first place. So you're looking at this kind of...
That's right.
You've been kind of looking at it from the outside then, because you were already against it so long ago, right?
Well, we better look at it from the outside and the inside. I thought the sequester proposal was bad policy, the bad procedure, the way they did it, and now we're where we are today. What we should have is measured, linear thoughts on how to cut programs, not do it with a meat axe.
Okay, that brings me to the point that you have made. You have said that you oppose the manner of the cuts, not the amount of the cuts. Explain what you mean.
Well, ultimately, we're going to have to cut. We're borrowing a third of our budget, and the sooner we get spending under control, the better we all are, the better the agencies are that are funded, because there's certainty there and there's stability in America. To do it this way, that is through automatic cuts, the good, the bad, and the ugly, makes no sense. What we should do is examine these programs, which we haven't, and throw all the bad out and keep the good. That's what we need to do in an orderly appropriation process. That's what we're trying to get started on the right road with now.
Well, one of the things that you say must be dealt with, you say that we must deal with entitlements, one of those being Social Security. So as we deal with entitlements, you know that that gets into the personal part of people's lives here in America. So what do you say about dealing with entitlements?
Well, we're going to have to deal with entitlements one way or the other. It's a question of how do we deal with them. Social Security is a good program. It has helped millions and millions of people, and probably millions in my home state of Alabama. We want to save that program. The way to save it is to strengthen it, to lengthen it, because we have about 10,000 baby boomers in America retiring each day now. Will they get anything? Will the young people get anything out of Social Security? There are ways that have been proposed to bolster Social Security, and we should look at them. We haven't done that yet, but that's something we're going to have to do, because entitlements are automatic spendings, 2/3 of our budget.
Now, you have heard, and I know critics of the president and the White House have said that the White House has used scare tactics by telling people things are going to be so bad that things are going to be taken from them. Your response to that?
Well, the president would always say the sky is falling when the sky is not falling. You know, we all got up this morning. I don't know how the weather is in Alabama, but the sun's up here this morning. It's cold in Washington. But we've got to face reality. It's hard. It's not easy. It's easy to borrow money and spend other people's money. But sooner or later, this country, and the sooner the better, it comes to grips with their spending habits, the stronger we're going to be, and we're going to start creating more jobs, because there's going to be certainty in the economy.
Well, so to you, what is the reality? What can Alabamians expect from the sequester and these funding cuts?
Well, the sequester, unless it's dealt with in some other way, is real. It's in effect now. But I don't believe it's going to be catastrophic. It will hurt if you're laid off, or if your contract is postponed or canceled. It's going to hurt. But at the same time, if we don't bring spending in line, we're going to pay dearly in the future.
So here we are coming up on the continuing resolution. So we're talking about funding the government. Continuing the resolution expires March the 27th. Where are we going to be over this next month?
I hope, Janice, that we're going to pick up what the House is trying to do right now, pass some of the appropriation bills, defense, that will help for the year 13 that we're in now, and continue the others, where we'll have some certainty here. Jumping from month to month 6 weeks at a time or whatever is not the way to do business anywhere, and it's certainly not the way to do business in Washington.
All right, well, as we wrap up, Senator Shelby, I know you are coming up on a milestone in the next couple of weeks, your 1800th career county or town hall meeting with the constituents. So what's that been like? What are you hearing from them?
Well, I've been traveling in the state in the last couple of months. They're concerned about the economy, concerned about health care, concerned about so many things, the spending of the country, the overspending. But overall, I think most people in Alabama are pretty optimistic and positive, and I like that. I will, later on this spring, I've covered 1,800 public meetings in the state. It's good for me to go home. I do it every year, go to every county, have some type of meeting where the people can see me and have accessibility to me. It's healthy.
All right, it's going to be a difficult month ahead. We'll be checking back with you, Senator Richard Shelby, as we see what happens toward March the 27th. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Janice.
All right, good to see you. Thanks again to the Senator.